All right, so let's take a look to see what happened in the markets today. And today is Wednesday, March 31st, and we're trying to do this in 5 minutes or less. Well, today is the last day of the month and stocks finished higher. Well, most of them. Let's take a look at the indices. So here you see the Dow Jones, and the Dow today finished lower. So the Dow down 0.3%, not really a whole lot, but it's up 5% for the month, which is good. Because if you look at the other indices, I mean, the S&P was up today, 0.3%, but if you look at the month, only up 2.65%, so half of what we saw in the Dow. And the NASDAQ finished higher today by 1.5%, and because of this, eked out a small gain for this month, up 0.25%. But hey, if the NASDAQ wouldn't have finished today positive, it would have been a negative month for the NASDAQ. So anyhow, let's talk about what happened today. Well, not much. Traders were waiting for the announcement from President Biden, and this is going to happen in a few minutes. And in a few minutes, he'll outline a $2 to $3 trillion infrastructure plan, and he's expected to raise taxes on corporations to finance his plan. So we will see how this goes, and we'll learn details here in just a few minutes. But we already heard some good news today. So yesterday, as you know, consumer confidence was released and came in much better than expected. Now today, the ADP non-farm employment change came in really good at 517,000, and this is the largest gain in 6 months. And you see, that's actually really good news, because on Friday, as you can see, we have the jobs report that is being released. This is what everybody's waiting for, to see how did we do last month. And thus far, traders are actually really hopeful. Anyhow, so let's take a look at some individual stocks. And here's the FinWiz map. This is a difficult name for a German. Anyhow, you get the idea here if we just look at what happened. So Apple is up 1.9%. Facebook is up 2.3%. Tesla finished 5.08% higher. So not bad at all. Looking at a few other individual stocks. So I want to look at Microsoft, MSFT. There we go. Because Microsoft today finished 1.7% higher. I was a little bit surprised that it wasn't more, because they were awarded a $22 billion US Army contract. And this contract has Microsoft building more than 120,000 augmented reality headsets over the next 10 years. Anyhow, in other news, we also had some more earnings reports today, and this is where we had CHWY. So CHWY reported earnings today and jumped really high, but as you can see, it came down. So at some point, CHWY was up more than 15%. Well, then plummeted down. So we still closed higher, 5.4% after way better than expected earnings last night. So looking ahead, tomorrow will be the last trading day of the week, because on Friday the markets are closed in observance of Good Friday. But even though the markets are closed, the jobs report will be released, and we talked about it. This will be important. Now traders are really having high hopes. See, in February we added 379,000, and they're expecting 652,000 jobs were added in March. And they also expect that the unemployment rate falls. So what can we expect in terms of trading tomorrow? Well, I expect some volatile trading going into the long 3-day weekend. Anyhow, this wraps up today's stock market news in 5 minutes or less. It only took us 4.5 minutes. Now keep in mind, trade what you see and not what you think. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.